on the dinner, I'm the same man did. Let's go. I can kick it with a lame ass nigga. Let's go. You ain't with me, you the same as the nigga thinking about my chain.
Ayy, it's about time I start breaking them off. Lots of thotties who begging to fuck me, but I ain't got time to start breaking them off. Let's go. Only bought it cause it was a ticket. I can't even spell the designer I bought. Put a dick in the Glock, it and knock out your mouth. Pussy boy, better watch how you talk. I'ma show him, he said I ain't with it. Hey, my gun out the window, can't go like no bitch if he sending some shots on my shoe bag.
Yo, what is going on, my amazing viewers and even my new viewers tuning into the channel? What is going on, everybody? It's your boy YOOOO Gaming's back with another video. Hopefully everybody's having a good day, and once more, thank you for all my people that are just taking the time of their day to just stop by. Now look, man, I got something in store for y'all. In this video, I will be showing you guys a melee loadout, range loadout, and single target loadout that I have been using throughout my time of using HARDLIGht for 2021 at least. Also going over clipping with HARDLIGht, so if you are, for say, new with this power, you can possibly learn something or just improve on your clipping as a whole. Now with all that being said, it help out the channel a lot if you guys can just do me a favor and hit the like button, man. Show me down some love and support, and let's go for 100 likes. But anyways, let's get straight into the video. For starters, the first loadout we will go over is single target, and with single target there is a lot you can do, but if you want my honest opinion, the only two moves you really much need is grasping hand and hand clap. Now when talking about grasping hand and hand clap, I'm just going to show you guys a parser of me only using those two moves alone and just showing you guys what I can do. And on top of that, I don't have robot sidekick in, so imagine the damage if you actually did have it in. Looking at the damage is now starting to go up. I had a 57k parser and then it went to a 62k, but then again with HARDLIGht you will have those big fluctuating like changes, like how it was just at a 62 and then it went back to a 47, then obviously it's going to go back to a 60, which that's just how HARDLIGht works for some unfortunate reason. But then again, it just keeps on steadying at 60, and then we have an accurate parser. So as you guys see with these two moves alone, really good damage. After speaking about the two main moves of the loadout, now we can speak about the synergy of the other moves, which we have Heat Vision and Light Blast. Then finally we have Light Barrier, which you can use Robot Sidekick if you would like, but still that's up to you. Then finally Neo Venom. When speaking about weapon, we have 1 point in one-handed, and then we have 1 point into our super speed. Then we have 2 points in Iconics, and then we go to our stat tree, max the top 2, and then put the rest into your might and power. Now getting into the second loadout with me using Heat Vision. Heat Vision is used in a way of just applying burn and still using your main two moves. Now as you guys see through the rotation, I am using grasping hand and hand clap the most, and every 3-4 times throughout the rotation I will apply the burn for Heat Vision. And keep in mind, I would be using Heat Vision more often, but that just means that the burn won't stack. It's just me overlapping the Heat Vision damage when I could just be using hand clap to hit harder. So what's the point? So that's the main reason why I just use hand clap and grasping hand the most. And if you want to get technical with it, getting technical means just going through the actual HARDLIGht combo string and just still applying the whole clipping mechanic to your rotation. So it's just getting more damage out with you clipping the actual HARDLIGht combo moves, but still just doing more like button inputs, which isn't really too much needed. But still, if you think it's boring for just doing the same two things, then get fancy with it. Now being honest, if you guys are a fan of HARDLIGht and you love the single target and you're a fan of Light Blast, especially with it being a 35er, hey, go in with it, because from what I can say, this is the one move that actually gives me the most burst damage from my clips when it comes to single target damage. The way this move can be used is really weird because it can be used on one boss in a specific type of way, or it can be used on multiple ads in a certain way where you can actually combo out the rotation of the move. But overall, Light Blast is doing its job. It's basically getting the combos off and it's getting the burst ticks of damage off for a clip. And on top of that, you aren't using this move like you are with Heat Vision. Heat Vision is actually being affected by an artifact, versus Light Blast is just being affected where the boss's health or the enemy's health has to be at a certain point. So take it for a grain of salt for how you want to use this move, but still, it's doing its thing. I kind of don't know what else to say at this point. I mean, it's just that it's satisfying to do the combos. So hey man, I'm gonna stop talking here, let this clip finish out, and then I'm gonna go on about the next loadout. Now going into the melee loadout with moves, what you will be using are Whip Thrash and Lightweight. Also, you will be using Sonic Cry, but keep in mind with Sonic Cry, you can use Whirling Dervish if you are super speed, just to maximize damage. Now, when thinking about move combinations, a certain combination you can do is running 2 supercharges. Rather, if it's Neo Venom or even if it's Speed Drain and Bloom, you're still going to benefit a lot from just running 2 supercharges, especially if you put on Eye of Gemini. So this is really greedy, and this is something that you can do, especially with EOG. Especially if yours is higher than mine, you guys will be pumping out a lot more damage, especially if you have all your elite gear and everything ready. But still, this is a loadout that you can do. Now getting into the second one. Well, technically, I wouldn't really call it a loadout. It's just replacing a certain move with one another. But technically, it's just running Light Barrier and the healing move with one another, and basically Neo Venom. Now, unfortunately, I don't have anybody holding the sparring targets for me, but I am pulling off some damage. Now, I did start off with an 80k parser, and yes, I am going to be knocking ass back and forth, but just assume that my parsers are going to be hitting harder than 90 with Whirling Dervish at least, so numbers are going to be looking nice. When using Whirling Dervish, you are pulling off a lot of damage. But still, some things to keep in mind about Whirling Dervish is, number 1, to make the most use out of it, go to your base, get the white mod called Dashing Combos, just so you can have an additional button input so you can do a little bit of more damage. Number 2, make sure if you are locked onto an ad and he is about to die while you are using Whirling Dervish, just make sure you lock onto another ad so your combo can keep on going, because if you continue to lock onto that one main ad and he dies while you're in rotation of that combo, then the combo is just going to stop and you drop damage for no reason. Now, just because you aren't super speed, don't think you can't pull off damage with this power. Now, let me let you know something, man. Honestly, with Sonic Cry, I have a lot of burst damage, and it's not like Whirling Dervish, I can't lie, but the burst damage is noticeable. Now, when speaking about clipping and burst damage with HARDLIGHT, move-wise, with practicing, I would prefer you using Impact and Ram. Something else I will do is take off all the artifacts I have on, just because I don't want any additional damage coming in, and I want you guys to actually see the clips and the burst damage happening. Now, when most people bring up HARDLIGHT, they mostly think about Ram, which that's the first move that we will speak about. Now, when clipping with Ram, the way that you will want to first start off is just normally using the move. After using the move, you will want to go into your Whip Thrash. As the Whip Thrash animation is coming out, what you will want to do is try to repop the move before the animation even appears on your screen. And if you time that correctly, then you will basically see another Ram come out. And the damage isn't going to hit, but it's going to basically stack after the first one connects. As you're stacking your damage up, then you're going to see it all come out at once, which is where burst damage is made from. And that's where I talk about burst damage a lot, which is where Impact, our other clipping move, is a lot better for this concept versus Ram. Now, when trying to clip with Impact, keep in mind you will notice it is way easier to combo with, for say when using Ram. From speaking about the burst damage and just from how easy this move is, I personally feel this move is way easier than Ram, besides the burst damage, but just because this is just a good combination with the strategist card, which, as you guys know, Ram and both Impact are single target moves, but the differences are Impact does tick for 3 dots versus Ram only ticking for 1, which is perfect with the strategist card. Well, at least for those that are using it at least. When getting in a range, the moves that you can use are Light Blast and Minigun. Then following that, you can use Robot Sidekick and Neo Venom, or you can use whatever supercharge you prefer. And whatever you prefer or whatever move you're most comfortable with can be your last. When speaking about Minigun, Minigun is your stationary move, which means you won't be able to move while in animation. Also, when you are going into your Light Blast and you combo into your Minigun, you'll be able to move with that Minigun that you just comboed from the Light Blast. Overall, I feel these two moves are more than enough damage needed, but my only concern is you aren't the only person in the raid, which means the damage will be pretty much slow, which is why I wouldn't even prefer using a ranged loadout. But if the damage that you're doing isn't coming out quick enough to your liking, then just switch over to Impact or Ram. which personally I still prefer impact just because you do have multiple ticks hitting, and you can actually combine other combos to maybe just only use that move but still just do other moves to get ticks of damage off, as you guys see me doing in the background right here. But still, this is my concept of range with HARDLIGHT. I don't know what you guys have in stored, but still, this is what works for me, and maybe you guys have something different. Let me know in the comments, but let me go on with the next thing. And that is going to do it for the video, you guys. If you guys have made it to the very end of the video, please let me know down below in the comment section. Let me know what I could have done differently or what I forgot to include. Also, it will be a huge help on if you guys just left a little comment down below on the power you guys think I should go to next. Just because I switch powers all the time and it's time for a switch. I just got done with HARDLIGHT, so it's time for a new guy. But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoy. Let's get straight into the clip. I don't know why I just had that moment. Let's get straight into the clips, and I hope you guys enjoy. See y'all boys next time.